Hi, welcome to Life LDC. I've been demonstrating the Lisa Richardson 2017 crochet along motif releases. So far we've done 3 and today we're doing number 4. I hope you join me. It's the speckled cogs square. It's an interesting motif. I love the way the colors play on this. I always do the plain ones first, and that gives me lets me to check out the pattern and make sure I know what I'm doing before I actually demonstrate it for you. But when I demonstrate, I like to do a colorful one because then you can see each round individually. So today I'm going to use the 5th motif colors, which are Barn Red, Avocado, Watery, and Peony, and then a Barn Red again. And this way, these colors will give a lovely color combination for this motif, and I hope you stick around and join me. Daisy's joined me already. So anyway, on to round 1. Release 4, the spoked cog square, starts with an 8-chain ring. The first round is continuing with your first color, in my case Barn Red. Chain 3, which counts as 1 treble, make 15 more trebles into the ring and slip stitch to the top of the 3 chains at the beginning of the round. This is very similar to release 2. So I've chosen to finish my ends as I go. And just to keep me on track, I have marked the last stitch of the round here so I know where to start. Using second color, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This counts as 1 treble and 2 chain. So you miss the stitch at the where you actually joined back on here. It says miss the stitch at the bottom of the chain. And 1 treble into next treble, 2 chain. So you're going to go around the complete circle, trebling into each treble and doing 2 chains between each. You should end up with 16 spokes. Now, my stitches here are actually loose because I just got carried away when I started this and I was already on the second round here when I decided, oops, I better go back and film. So that's why I can easily see where I'm going. You'll have to be a little bit more careful than me here. Get a treble into each and every treble here. Excuse me, I'm being summoned. Drats. I'm back and I'll carry on in this round and I'll meet you at the end where we'll compare and make sure we have 16 spokes. Okay, see you then. Here we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2 stitches. Two chain, I should have said there, 2 chain, and slip into the 3rd stitch of the 5 chains at the beginning. So right in there, did I get, no, I didn't. So 1, 2, 3, not counting where you joined the yarn on. Making sure you get 2 threads, not just 1. Slip it through here. And there you go. There's our round. I'm going to finish my ends off now for the next round. Fellow crochet alonger on Ravelry asked me how I finish my ends, and I'll try and demonstrate that here. It might not be the easiest thing to show, but here's the last stitch that I pulled through, the last yarn that I've pulled through, and I have cut it off and I just bring it right through. I'm going to put this end on a needle now. Okay, I've put the yarn on a needle, and where this the yarn comes out of, where I've pulled it out, I go over and under the next legs of the next stitch and through from the front to the back. Turn it over and go down where the yarn came from. It's hard to do while you're doing it on a camera. And down through the back. And snug it up so that it's the same tension as the other stitches. And see how it gives you a nice flat edge? Then I take the yarn down, follow the path down to where it started at the beginning of the round, where I joined it in. Just tie it once, using the beginning tail and this tail, the end tail that you have on the needle. Not too tight, just snug it up gently. And then go across and weave it in just at on the bumps. And back up again on this this spoke. Same thing with this one. It's going to go back over here and up here. And when you've cut those ends off, you've got a nice even edge. That's why I mark the point to pick up again for the next round. This is where I'll put my little marker in. I just have to find out where to put it. There we go. That's the beginning of the round. All set for round 3, which is using the third color. In my case, that is watery. If you were doing a one color motif, you would have ended the round and then started the third round, chaining 3, and it would have extended right up from here. But because we are doing a multicolor motif, round 3, it says using third color 3 chain counts as 1 treble. So I'm just going to dive right into this chain space, pull the yarn up, keep hold of the tail over here with my right hand, and chain 3. The instruction, this counts as 1 treble, 2 trebles into the chain space at the base of the 3 chain. So 2 trebles into the same chain space. Keeping hold of that tail, keep it out of your way. So 2 more trebles into that space. Do not jump over into the next space. One chain. The next instructions are brackets. 3 trebles into next chain space, 1 chain, end of brackets. Do this 15 times, slip stitching to the top of the 3 chain at the beginning of the round. So we're going to do 3 trebles and a chain, 3 trebles and a chain, 3 trebles and 1 chain, and we're going to carry around, go around the whole circumference of this motif, doing that 15 times. So 1 treble. 2, 3, and 1 chain, and carry on. I will continue and meet you at the end. Just keep this tail under control so you don't lose that first stitch in the first chain space. So here I am coming up to the end of the round. I'm going to hold on to that tail now with my left hand. I've done my 3 trebles and a chain, and I have to do 3 trebles into this last chain space. Third treble into this last chain space. One chain, and slip stitch into the third chain of this first arm. So 1, 2, it's actually this one, 3. And there we go, the round is finished. And you'll see this tail here, it has to be tied up. So when I finish this end off, it's going to go down here, join onto that tail and get finished off. And we're all ready for round 4. Here we are ready for round 4, which reads, using the 4th color, in my case peony, slip stitch across and into the first chain space. But since I'm starting a new shade, I'm just going to hook this through in the chain space, and there we are. 1 chain does not count as a stitch. 1 double crochet into the chain stitch, the chain space below. Asterisk or star, 3 chain, miss the 3 trebles, and 1 double crochet into the chain space. Those instructions are bracketed, and you do that 3 times. So that's 1, 2, 3. 6 chain, miss 3 trebles, and double crochet into the next chain space. And what's happening here is you're creating the side with 3 loops of 3 chain, and then a 6 chain loop is the corner. Repeat from asterisk to asterisk to the end, replacing the double crochet at the end of the last repeat with a slip stitch to the decrease at the beginning of the round. So we're going to carry on 3 more chain loops here and a big 6 chain loop here. I'll see you then. So continuing around, 3 chains, double crochet into the chain space. Do this 3 times on each side. So corner 1, 2. Three, double crochet, 6 chain corner. Double crochet, so we're coming up on the last side now. 3 chain, double crochet, 3 chain, double crochet, 6 chain, with the last instruction being to slip stitch into the double crochet at the beginning of the round. Now round 5 uses the 4th color, so do not break this off. Round 5, using the 4th color, 3 chain. Counts as 1 treble. 2 trebles into the chain space at the base of the 3 chain. So 2 trebles here. Three trebles into the next chain space twice. So once, 3 trebles into this next chain space. And now we're up to a 6 chain corner. 5 trebles, 2 chain, and 5 trebles into this corner, this 6 chain corner. So that's 5 trebles. Smoosh them over a bit. 2 chain. And 5 more trebles into this 6 chain corner space. So 3 trebles into each of these next 3 chain spaces, and then back to the 5 trebles, 2 chain, 5 trebles. Carry on around, and I'll meet you at the end. So here I am coming up to the last 6 chain space, which is a corner. So this is 5 trebles. Three, 4. Five, 2 chains, and 5 more trebles. Fifth one. And you slip stitch to the top of the 3 chain stitches at the beginning of the round. So 1, 2, right in here. Slip, slip. And that's that round complete. Break off and finish it off if you want, because the next round uses the 5th color, which is this case we're back to the barn red. So joining in your 5th color at the top of, you can see the row below, that's the 3 chains that you started the round, because the next 2 are in the chain space. So start your new color here, and the instructions are 3 chain counts as 1 treble. Missing the stitch at the bottom of the chain. 1 treble into each of the next 13 trebles. So counting back 5, 8, 11, and the 2 here make 13. So we're going to treble right across here. That's 11, 12, 13. One treble in brackets, 1 treble, 1 chain, one double treble, one chain, and one treble into the two chain space. So that is one treble, one chain, one double treble, so 2 times around, back into the same chain space, one chain, and one treble, all in this into this corner 2 chain space. The next instruction is 19 trebles along this side. So we know we have 5, 3 sets of 3, that's 14, and 5 is 19. Then we repeat the corner combination of one treble, one chain, one double treble, one chain, one treble into the corner. 19 more trebles along the side. Do that corner again. 19 more trebles, the corner, and then slip stitch to the top of the first 3 chain. So I'll just work on that and I'll meet you at the end. So count your sides before you go past a corner. So remember, the corner is a treble, a double treble, and a treble. So you don't count those. They're all into that one, the 2 space, chain space corner. So count from there on. 2, 5, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And there we're at the 2 chain space. Good. Carry on. So at the last corner, I'm going to do my treble, double treble, treble with chains in there. And then 1 treble into the next 5 trebles and slip stitch to the top of the 3 chain at the beginning of the round. Treble, chain, double treble, chain, treble, oops, where am I here? Treble, chain, double treble, chain, treble. And 5 trebles along these 5 trebles here. Always getting that first one, which is right snug up in the edge there. One, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, number 5. Slip stitch to the 3rd chain of that your beginning. Always getting two threads is always tough. I don't know if you got any tips for that. Let me know. But I think that's it. Slip, slip, and do not break off because the round 7 uses the 5th color also. I hope you can see this. I realize now that maybe the barn red is such a nice brown color. Maybe it wasn't the best colors for videoing. So last round coming up, round 7. Okay, I have just had an epiphany here. Backing up to the end of round 6, where I always have trouble getting into the top of these 3 chains at the beginning of a round. So what I've done is put a marker, and you can see it's catching the top 2 threads and leaving the bottom one. So that's perfectly placed. So to finish round 6, I have to slip stitch into that, so I can easily use the marker to pull it out, get my needle in there, my crochet hook in there, and slip that through, and slip that through, and then I'm finished. So another great use for a marker. See how I can pull that stitch out? That's going to be very important in this next maneuver. Now we're on to round 7. Round 7, chain 1. This doesn't count as a stitch. And we're still using your 5th color here. 1 double crochet into the stitch of the base, at the base of the chain 1. So that's this stitch. So this is great. With this marker in here, I can go right in there, no problem, and double crochet. The next instruction is 1 double crochet into each of the next 14 trebles. So that starts right next door here, so I'm going to have to take this marker out. So the first of the 14 trebles is this bar, this treble bar here, and that's where we need to go into, right there at the top. Carry on 14 double crochets along here. Six, 11, 12, 13, 13 and 14. And now we're at the corner spaces. So that was here's the space below. There was a treble, a space, a chain, a treble, chain, double treble, a chain, and a treble. So we have done 14 trebles, including that first treble, and we're now at this corner. So we're up to the corner here. The instructions are asterisk 2 double crochets into the next chain space. So 2 double crochets. One half treble into the next double treble. So a half treble into the next double treble. Three loops on the hook and go through all 3 at the same time. That's your half treble. Keep your yarn on the hook. 2 double crochets into the next 1 chain space. One double crochet into each of the next 24 trebles along the side, and repeat from asterisk twice more. And I'll catch you up then. So I've crocheted all around. This is my last corner where I did my 2 double crochets, a half treble, 2 double crochets. The last instruction is to 1 double crochet into the top of the last 6 trebles along here. So that's what I will do. So the first one is right in here. One, two, three, four, five, 6. And the last instruction is to slip stitch to the top of the double crochet at the beginning of the round. So that's right in here. Can I do this without getting my marker out? Oops. There we go. Break this off and finish the ends as I previously showed you. And that is release 4, the spoked cogs square. Thanks for joining me. So that's it from me here at Life LDC. So that's it from me here at Life LDC. Release 4 is finished, and next time we'll be on release 5. I just wanted to show you, I always sign off my blog posts with Lackey and Daisy at my feet, and in particular that is always true with Daisy. There she is. She's always hiding under the table while I'm filming. Isn't she cute? Take care. Next time.